Pro-COVID governors Greg Abbott from Texas and Ron DeSantis from the state of Florida are experiencing a backlash from their own voters over their, again, pro-COVID policies is really the only way to say it. Both governors have instituted bans on mask mandates. Both governors are currently overseeing devastating rises in the number of COVID cases in their states, along with record numbers of hospitalizations and deaths. And both governors, respectively, are doing nothing to slow the spread of the virus within their state borders. So, voters are finally taking notice. Ron DeSantis in Florida now has a split approval rating, 48% approve, 48% disapprove. But the real number that matters is independents. Ron DeSantis is now underwater in the state of Florida with independent voters with a 51% disapproval rating. Over in Texas, it's a little worse for Greg Abbott, because Abbott now has a disapproval rating among independent voters in his state of 54%. Of course, both states' overwhelming numbers of Democrats disapprove, overwhelming numbers of Republicans approve. So it really is that metric, right? The independent voters, the ones who go to the polls and they have no idea, who am I going to vote for because I don't, whatever. Anyway, those are the people whose opinions really do matter the most. So here's the question. Is this anger over these Republican governors' decision to side with the virus over the health of the public, is that anger going to carry over for the next 14, 15 months till we get past the midterms? Both of these governors, both of them are up in 2022. So next year, they both have reelections. And right now, DeSantis in Florida is losing to both of his Democratic rivals, Charlie Crist and Nikki Fried. And over in Texas, you may have Matthew McConaughey throwing his hat in that ring. I know that's still undecided. But so Abbott may have some stiff competition from a true, I guess you'd call it, independent that could easily, thanks to star power, come in and push him out of office. So both governors are in deep trouble. And they should be. Okay, that's the point of all of this. They should be, the voters should be turning on them. I'm shocked that each of them only have 51% or 54% disapproval from independents. You know, who's the 40+% of independents looking at the states and saying, oh yeah, this is going really well, really, really well? No. Like, what the hell is wrong with the rest of you? And I'm talking, put partisan politics aside for a moment. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're red or blue or purple or whatever. How can you look at what these governors have done and still say, yeah, that's a good job? It blows my mind that people are able to do that. Florida is dying. Texas is dying. Our people are dying. And bad news for these Republicans, a lot of the folks dying happen to be their followers. How's that going to pan out for you when you pissed off all the independents, so most of them vote for the other guy? You can't rely on your Republican base because you're sending all of them to an early grave. How does that strategy play out for you? Right? Like, that's what I'm wondering. How does that benefit you in next year's gubernatorial elections? I'm willing to bet it doesn't. So, in the coming days, weeks, months, we're going to see these two governors become even more extreme. Obviously, Texas already has their, fetal heartbeat bill that the Supreme Court didn't overturn. DeSantis over here in Florida is now saying he may do the same thing, and that's just throwing some red meat to the base. But that's all these people have. And sure, that may gin up some support from a couple independents, but when they look and they see that their neighbor is dead, their friends and family have died from COVID, I have a feeling that's going to be a bit of a bigger campaign issue than these other bills these governors are trying to throw out to boost their support.